What's the worst way to respond to I love you? I was afraid you'd say that. After junior year of high school, I had a summer fling with a guy. One day over FaceTime, he says I love you. I didn't fully process what he said and just responded with good night and hung up. After realizing what just happened, I tried calling him back and texting him apologizing frantically when he didn't pick up. Message read, "Ah, that's so sweet. I don't even know who you are. Thanks. Oh wow, cool story dude. I know. I love me too. I love cake. I love your sister more. So anal tonight?" As a teenager, my friend waited 3 whole days after a 2-minute voice text confession and finally responded with just, "Thanks." Laughing. Sir, this is the most badass villain quote. Because Philip, I had to ask you twice. Benedict to Yagdanian Last Action Hero, I should tell you that I have killed people smarter and younger than you. Goldfinger after Bond says, do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. The Six-Fingered Man. Daily you've beaten me at my own game. Azula, don't flatter yourself. You were never even a player. You are not brave, you've merely forgotten the fear of death. Allow me to reacquaint you. Course of history, kids who have never seen peace and kids who have never seen war have different values. Those who stand at the top determine what's wrong and what's right. This very place is neutral ground. Justice will prevail, you say. But of course it will. Whoever wins this war becomes justice. When you have to shoot, shoot. Don't talk. Tuco, the good, the bad, and something people should stop being ashamed of. Their race. Living however they want. Stop worrying what anyone thinks of you. Stop asking should I. Their mental health conditions. Mental health care is health care. I shouldn't be any more ashamed that I need to see a therapist psychiatrist to help me with my childhood-induced PTSD than going to the doctor for the flu, needing help and asking for it. Men crying, body hair, generally being themselves. So many people are naturally uncomfortable with being different. Culture, age, race, accent, etc. are all things that make us uniquely us. It would be really boring if there was just 7 billion Jonathans in the world. Their penis size, breast size, ass size. Basically their natural body. What's an early 2000s trend that you wish would make a comeback? Video games. You just purchase the game and it's yours. No forced microtransactions, no buyable loot boxes with tiny drop chance. You play the game when you want to, rather than current trend when game tells you when to play. Oops, your fake energy run out. Wait for hours or pay. Fuck you. Commercials where children simultaneously explode after drinking Capri Sun juice pouches. The internet of the late 90s and early 2000s was the best. Napster, newsgroups, flash games, MSN, forums, no social media or data harvesting bullshit. Just awesome. Hanging out at the library. Neopets. Having hope for my future. Would be sweet if that had a big comeback. Texting isn't the same. You can't leave away messages, sign off and on, or edit your profile. What's a song that sounds fun but the lyrics are dark? 99 Luftballons. Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. It's about meth addiction. When I listen to it I pretend I don't know that. Pumped Up Kicks. Smile by Lily Allen. Bullet by Hollywood and Dad. It literally sounds kind of like Kid's song is about a suicide. I didn't notice while I was first listening to it, and didn't pay attention to words. La Macarena is about a woman who is sad and lonely while her husband is out fighting in war, so she cheats on him with his 2 friends, at least the Spanish version. I thought it was such a happy song when I was a kid. Turns out it's a suicide note. Not really dark, but Escape by Rupert Holmes. The If You Like Pina Coladas song. All about cheating. Brown Sugar the Stones. Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. It's about drug addiction and traversing the city to find more drugs. What would be the most terrifying message we can get from space? Greeting humans. It is an honor and a privilege to meet another set of intelligent life in the galaxy. We are willing and ready to help uplift you to the stars and accompany you on your first steps into the final frontier. Raid Shadow Legends. We have been communicating with dolphins for several hundred years and have agreed to their request to destroy you. Thank you for participating. The simulation is now ending. Do not answer, do not answer. The most terrifying thing would probably be a message we can't fully decipher, only knowing that it's a warning that will be important soon. It says what we can do to save ourselves, but we simply can't read it. We don't know, and we can't prepare. Just a countdown timer with no other context. I hope this. We're back to pick up the dodo birds you were supposed to look after. What was your strangest experience that made you want to believe in the paranormal? Maybe not so paranormal, but one time I was walking to school early morning and I blinked and was somehow across the street, on the other side a good 5 meters more forward. I still have no explanation for this till this day. Asked God for a sign. Triple rainbows in the sky. Never seen that in my life. Didn't work out for me though, so probably just a coincidence. This is a wholesome one, so don't worry. Quite a while after my grandpa passed away, I was sitting in his chair, the same chair he passed away in, and I began smelling him. I began crying because I could just feel his presence, and seconds after I began crying, I feel warm, like someone hugging me. Then it just stopped. I was around 8-9 years old. I had just gotten out of the shower. The rest of my family was downstairs at the dinner table just talking. I was singing some Katy Perry song nonstop even when I got out of the shower and went to my room. I immediately ran down the stairs and started crying. I cried to my parents asking them if they had shushed me. No one did. What was your favorite part about the early 2000s? Computers getting fast and PlayStation 2. Just early internet. When I had friends and used MSN Trillium daily and posted on damn good times, I was a nerd though, like goddamn. The novelty of the internet's youth and everyone's collaborative effort to understand it. It's difficult to explain, but back then there was a distinct, stronger sense of community, and the individuals you encountered online appeared more sincere and likable. In contrast to today, when virtually everyone has a smartphone and everything is offered and regulated by big businesses, you had to desire to be online, put in the work, and be somewhat in the know. The cartoons on Cartoon Network. Those were the good old days when you had Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, and most of the time, I was tuned into the Cartoon Network channel because of Ed, Edd and Eddy and Samurai Jack. What time do you go to bed? I go to bed at 10 p.m., then remember and obsess over every embarrassing thing I have done for the next 2 hours. When I fall asleep, anywhere between 10:30 p.m. to 12:30 a.m. If I don't have anything to do the next morning, 2 a.m. 21:30 every day, weekends and vacations included. Round 11 p.m. But recently can't fall asleep until 3-4 a.m. due to anxiety-induced insomnia. 5:30 a.m. Usually between 9 and 10. Depends when I'm getting up the next day and how tired I am. When I close my eyes and it started about 12 or 1 a.m. 2 a.m. Contemplate the universe till 5 a.m. Wake up at 9 a.m. to work. Repeat. Bed at 9. Sleep at 11. Anytime after 8 p.m. ITT Op says wow to anything. What's a song that sounds fun but the lyrics are dark? 99 Luftballons. Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. It's about meth addiction. When I listen to it I pretend I don't know that. Pumped Up Kicks. Smile by Lily Allen. Bullet by Hollywood and Dad. It literally sounds kind of like Kid's song is about a suicide. I didn't notice while I was first listening to it, and didn't pay attention to words. La Macarena is about a woman who is sad and lonely while her husband is out fighting in war, so she cheats on him with his two friends, at least the Spanish version. I thought it was such a happy song when I was a kid. Turns out it's a suicide note. Not really dark, but Escape by Rupert Holmes. The If You Like Pina Coladas song. All about cheating. Brown Sugar, The Stones. Semi-Charmed Life by Third Eye Blind. It's about drug addiction and traversing the city to find more drugs. What's a funny memory you have that if you told someone, they'd think you're lying? I was playing 8-ball at a bar one night. I'm not very good, just play for fun. I'm on a slight winning streak. My next opponent racks them, and I break. 8-ball goes in on the break, so it's an automatic win. Dude refuses to leave the table, continues to put quarters in, and racks again. I'm like, dude, you lost. There's like 8 people in line to play next. He's drunk and being stubborn and won't leave. So I break again. And the 8-ball drops again. Dude walks away without saying a word. When I was ditching first period, an HSA cop was in front of me at 7-Eleven. The cashier couldn't break his $50, so I paid for his coffee with my stuff. To school, and I noticed the tattoo on his neck, and we joked about bad decisions. 2 weeks later I get caught in a speed trap and who sticks his head in my window. And he went, coffee girl, and I went tat neck and got let off with a finger shake. A fun fact that nobody asked for. Lake Superior does not give up her dead. The waters of Lake Superior are so cold that the bodies and the majority of stuff from shipwrecks is preserved. The Great Lakes, all of them, are basically just giant ship graveyards. Before he became president, Abraham Lincoln was an elite wrestling champion. In 300 matches, he only lost one. Bonus fun fact, he was also a licensed bartender. Elephants can purr, like cats. Greater stick nest rats, an Australian native rodent, glue its nests together using urine, which dries like cement. Dragonflies suck water up their butts and shoot it out like jets when they get tired. Queen Victoria gave the rights of her will to her physician, who she trusted more than her family. The royal family is still trying and failing to get the will from the doctor's family. Company you never buy from for ethical reasons. ASOS. Worked there as customer service for couple years. Shit CEO. Shit management underneath him except a very few. They hired a disabled guy to work there for brownie points, but left him without a team or manager to support him since beginning. Like what the actual fuck? Also, a few girls' pregnant worker was screwed over by them. Wish. They don't give a fuck that they're distributing fake products. For example, those watches they claim are like 97 off. Or a USB stick with 2 terabytes of space which barely even exists with current technology. They deny all responsibility because they're merely a distributor, not a manufacturer. Shine. Wish I could avoid most said companies, but it's almost not affordable or even possible.